Staying healthy is an important part of life, and one woman has shown folks the benefits of eating a plant-based diet. Court is standing by to learn more.
Yeah, we've got Sherra Aguirre joining us this morning to talk a little bit more about plant-based eating, and also, Sherra, to really celebrate, because October, National Vegetarian Month, November, National Vegan Month, so it's the perfect time to start incorporating some of these great foods.
Oh, absolutely. And thank you so much, Courtney, for having me.
Sure.
I'm real excited to be here, and I'm very excited to share the message in my new book called Joyful, Delicious Vegan, Life Without Heart Disease, how very powerful a plant-based diet is in reducing chronic illness, makes you really resistant to things like diabetes, heart attack, improves your immune system so that you're stronger going into flu season, and certainly more protected from all the viruses and the variants that are happening.
Absolutely. And we can speak, to everyone culturally. This is a great way to diminish some of those risks for all people. But, when we're speaking of people of color, traditionally we've got a lot of sodium, in the old school diets, if you want to call it, or a lot of fats, unsaturated fats in the old school diets. So this is, again, another good reason to kind of introduce these things for a cultural level too.
No, absolutely. And a vegan diet is so adaptable to any kind of diet, any kind of food culture. And what I like to say about African-American food culture, I'm in Texas, so it comes from the South, and I grew up with it. We don't have to give it up. Basically, my diet originally was mostly plant-based.
Okay.
However, in the U.S., particularly in the era of the early part of the development of this country, when we were basically eating whatever the slave owner didn't want. So we
had to make it work.
Pig feet, we got all the stuff. We had to make it work. And we created a beautiful cuisine out of that. Now we have the ability not to leave that behind. We want to build on that culture. And we want to take these same foods, because it's largely plant-based anyway. I grew up on collard greens,
yams,
cornbread, black-eyed peas, pinto beans, and rice. These are some of the most healthy foods on the planet.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's talk about incorporating some of these things, because we have to be honest. Some people are averse to change and they want their meat, but you've got some ways to, George's like, but you've got some ways to include that in and still not lose that flavor.
Oh, absolutely. We can recreate any flavors, but the thing that's really important, and the thing I talk about from a health perspective, is to understand that almost every study that's not subsidized by the meat and dairy industry, they're not going to, be very interested in having people buy less of those products. But the less meat you eat, the better your health outcomes are for heart disease, for cancer, even for things like cognitive illness, like Alzheimer's and dementias. So the science is preponderant, and it's growing, even to the point where traditional medical institutions and the medical industry is starting to incorporate some of that back into physician training. It was taken out many decades ago, and now it's coming back. It's the only thing that can stop the epidemic of diabetes, heart disease, even common cancers, and protect us, again, just in terms of our overall health and the joy of eating, because I ate more meat than anybody, or as much as anybody growing up. Again, Texas is a cattle state. I ate lots of bacon, and I'm just so thankful that I'm still here and still healthy, but that's because I had to make a change.
Absolutely. And people can find your book and more information where?
Anywhere books are sold.
Okay.
So definitely on Amazon, Barnes & Noble. I like to promote indie bookstores. And so just wherever books are sold, you can get it. Also on my website, there are links to all of those stores and booksellers. SherraAguirre.com.
Excellent,
and
Sherra.
I had real quick green smoothie for you.
Sure.
I made it, and so I just wanted people to see this is a real immune builder. Pineapple, I got my pineapple here.
Yum.
Parsley, these are the ingredients. Fresh ginger, some garlic, some lemon, and just a little bit of honey, which is not vegan, but I like to add it in because of its antibacterial and antioxidant properties. These are powerful, powerful foods. And this recipe was given to me by a friend, and I just wanted to share it.
Excellent.
It's a great way to start your day. I make it at least a couple of times a week. It's delicious.
And I'm sure it's easy to find in your cookbook as well as on your social media as well. So we'll link all that and make it available to our viewers. Sherra, thank you so much for your time this morning.
Okay,
and everybody in the Sacramento area, you know, October, we've got a vegetarian challenge that happens throughout the month. So there's all kinds of restaurants that are embracing that vegetarian and vegan lifestyle. So your chance to go try out some of the stuff Sherra's talking about. Thank you so much. All right, Code, back over to you.
I thought I knew how to cook, and then I married a vegetarian, and I realized I didn't know how to cook before. Because when you have a veg, you have to learn some stuff.
Yeah.
And it's delicious.
It's delicious.